I was a volleyball player at the University of Hawaii, and I think your first 2 years, you don't take anything seriously. But in my third and fourth year, I was trying to make our Olympic team for Team Canada, and I was really starting to focus on performance. And I was noticing when I had like a freezer full of venison and how I felt versus going to the cafeteria. And I remember thinking I have to stop going to the cafeteria. Like if I'm gonna make the gains that I need to, like I can't keep defaulting to whatever the mashed potato, like who knows what was in there.
Right. How interesting is it that like until that age, that's about the same for me. Maybe I was 25 before I started making the connection that like, oh, what I eat actually impacts me. You know, it's when that light bulb turns on, it's the most obvious thing in the world. Like, oh, all the food I eat is literally what is making me me. Like that's what I'm made of. That's my body does this amazing thing, which is it takes all these food things and turns it into protein and energy, and like that's what I'm made of. But before you have that realization, like you can go your whole life and just not even make that connection. It just doesn't even occur to you. It's so bizarre that we're so disconnected from food.
Well, and I think like getting plugged into a food system. So like think of like how terrible a food system in college is. Like you get credits, and those credits are force you to eat in these locations, and you don't even really have like the means to work outside of that system to feed yourself.
Right.
And maybe that could be said for our entire system at this point. But and remember like how big your dorm room freezer is. Like you're maybe getting 30 pounds in there to go along with like all the popsicles your like roommates want to eat. But I remember these cycles of like having it, knowing how much better I felt. Like I think it started initially with like my gut. Like my gut felt better, and I would eat more of it. And then I was like, oh, am I recovering better? Do I feel stronger? Am I sleeping better? And when I started getting serious and like doing my own research about like, I need to be here to make my Olympic team and do these, like you just start paying attention a little bit more. So anyway, that cycle of I could only go back and bring 30 or 40 pounds and I knew I'd feel great. And so it started a cycle of like, I want to go back more often. And it really was the transition where like this conversation of Axis Deer for me was like, this is incredible food resource.